Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
WE and Monkey, who has utilized really creative jungle paths to make sure that he can protect some of his solo lanes.
It's been really fun to watch. But hey, speaking of, we get a little contest over the Scuttle Crab here. See, Milky Way goes for it, does end up getting. He's trying to get blocked now, gets the cease and at least Vault Breaker with the flash. Double play now. Wink going for the play. Now Milky Way in trouble, and EDG collapse. Was the Scuttle Crab worth it? I think not.
Well, we talked about it, right? Like, RNG, they got level 2 first. They crashed. I don't even know.
Oh my god, it's like watching two people just fumble around in the dark. They can't find each other.
Steal?
Finally, EDG realizes what has been happening this entire time. And now Xiaohao is caught out a little bit. Tang Yuan going straight in for him, missing the charm, point blank, but still the engage from RNG looks good. Angel can't find the entrance. They get the kill back, though. On is pumping these feathers into the backs of RNG. Now RNG backed themselves into a corner. Tang Yuan trying to get these resets as well. He got another one there. He will make it out of the back of the pit, but Naked might not be as lucky. On was untouched in that entire fight, and they're going to find a double kill for Angel.
That is the feats of warfare immediately going.
And we'll be out without flash now, though, so is punishable. But still a lot of gold being dropped into EDG's pockets early. They try to get it back, though. Angel caught out. Going to try to heal up out of this. He still is this Silas. Able to get out. Has the healing from the Kingslayer as well. Now you have that engage from ZDZ on the other side. Milky Way just went straight into him. Double knock up there. And EDG, they find another pick. How is this happening?
I mean, Angel lived for so long. I thought this was them going to be starting up the Forever Gaming. So they're going to start this up. You kind of see that Silas right now marking the Tri-Brush as well. Sion's going to be here first, though.
All right, we'll see who ends up getting the better of it. Naked just goes for the engage in the pit, going for the 3-man. They got Tang Yuan there. That engage, double knockback as well. They got the engage from ZDZ. Is RNG starting to find picks, starting to get resets for Tang Yuan. But they have to deal with Angel. Angel has been getting resets, finding his own fashion here as he's going to look for Xiaoshu. Now the double engage, double knock up as well from Tang Yuan. He'll get knocked up and knocked down. Double kill going through for Angel, finding another reset. He's been getting reset after reset after reset. And RNG can do nothing but watch EDG find another devastating fight.
Well, look, they may have not until afterwards, and between On and Wink, this 2v2 with the Xayah Rakan providing so much crowd control, it is pushing Xiaoshu out of this matchup right now. And Angel, he might need some more reinforcements before he goes down.
All right, let's see. They're going to send their masses. They're going to send over Tang Yuan and Milky Way onto Angel. Angel going to try to get the outplay here. Goes for the cease and desist. Now going for the all-in on Tang Yuan. Surprise, he's still taking. He's actually made RNG scared because Wink and Xiaohao are here as well. Vault Breaker queued up.
Oh my God.
Grand entrance right back. And the rebuttal is stronger than the initial conversation from EDG. As they find the pick now, the TP coming in. Xiaoshu will miss his taunt. RNG, they are caught lacking time and time again. Another TP, or at least play coming through with that Stand United is still available. EDG still making it out. Angel still alive as a double kill comes through for Xiaohao. They're going to find the triple and then find the almost ace as Xiaoshu going down last. That is a full and total ace going the way of EDG.
And Wink with the snap engage, setting up Angel. He is kind of step up and say, you know what? I'll take that quadra kill away from you, Xiaohao. Don't worry about it.
Oh, and now here he goes again. Can't stop saying his name, can't stop seeing his plays as he goes for his own Magnet Storm. Now the Stand United, he overextended big time here. He finally goes down. They will end up getting the trait. No, not yet. Naked is still alive, but now the rest of the team from RNG are losing their health bars. Wind becomes lightning there. Tang Yuan getting over the wall with the reset there as well. Rift Herald will be used by Xiaohao. I don't think he meant to hit that, but it will just be burnt down instantaneously.
Oh, they have 4 grubs. They can try to keep going for this play.
Oh my God! ZDZ explodes Naked. Holy crap! That was the most damage I've seen of an unstoppable onslaught.
All right, everybody in chat.
That much damage.
For all of our
chat, a lot for an organization that has seen the highest of highs in the LPL repeatedly. They are and were at least a perennial champion in the league itself, and now seeing them potentially play their last series here of the year. Angel will get away from the rest of the side of RNG, get a little bit dicey there for him. But we are hitting surely they're going to whittle down these turrets on having himself a wonder-star performance. I know we wanted to talk about him a little bit. We're getting lost in the sauce talking about Angel so much. But he's having a great performance, 5-0 and 8 on this Xayah. We talked about from the draft, a very important part to the puzzle. Yeah, it really does. You need to have your best performances throughout the rest of it. And even though Group Nirvana teams haven't gotten to play as many games as Group Ascend teams, you will still need to be ready for that playoff play-in, which is a very important next step to the table of the LPL here in split number 2. But now in this one, suffering almost a 9,000 gold deficit is RNG versus EDG. EDG want a clean victory here. They want to try to secure themselves that playoff play-in. A little bit of a catch-out. Tongyuen's dead. On just catches him out. Quickness combo from Wink as well. They don't even worry about the turret at first. Now they turn back to it. Tier 2 will fall. They also have the push in mid lane by ZDZ. And this is a signaling of the end, Al.
Yep, they've got 3 grubs, they've got 2 dragons as well. They've been dominating this entire game, and hell, they got the Thornbound Otacon this patch as well, so even more combat effectiveness. There's the engage from the Ket.
3-man engage. They're under turret now as well. Cease and desist comes down. Turret falls. No defenses are left for RNG, as now they have to be very careful. But Jachi is trying to pump in some damage. On has finally arrived with his damage, as he's coming through with almost 3 items completed, though EDG will only get the turret. They won't get the inhib.
On their way, they're pushing in on this mid wave. There's also dragon spawning in 40. ZDD.
He's going to run him down as the train has come to town. Unfortunately, RNG did not pay for their ticket, and they will be escorted off the premises here. EDG going to take the fight into the base, take the fight into the Ket, and into this top lane to finish off game number 1.
All right, Tongyuen is making a recall. We're spamming emotes. Jachi, you know, he's
the RNG emote. Oh my God, look at him.
No.
The Wink ZDZ RNG emotes here absolutely feels bad. Go ahead and throw those ZDZs in chat and the ZDDs as we do end up getting the finality. I can't believe it. I love that for this series, they assigned the emotes specifically for RNG, as we will end up
try to force Angel's flash. I actually do think that RNG's composition, while wacky and a little weird, does
to look at this matchup here. I know we talked about RNG a little bit, but see, get the present RNG, a lot of weight off their shoulders, as we said, maybe at least imbibing them with a little bit of confidence here, as they do end up getting the kill in the 2v2 over On. The Timo thumbs up. The
RNG right now holding the entirety of the bot side jungle, although Angel now trying to make this pick on the Ket.
They get the handshake. The Ket, though, walked into the wall there. Ornhorn back across on a 2. Tongyuen wants the kill now on On. He's flashing forward. That was a 3 CC chain in a row by RNG. They'll lose the Ket for it, though. The bailout won't have enough there, as Equalizer going to be used. EDG going to make it out. It is the 1-for-1, though. On is the one for either side. As you see there, EDG getting that win. Ends up getting them into the playoff play-in. Oh, God. Went down to 13 and then 1. They do the young starter of RNG, as we're looking at a bot lane game. Maybe we don't even get a time, actually. It's Angel. He just leaves Wink completely by himself. Milky Way will buffer that Pop Blossom with the Soul Steal. And now Angel and ZDZ are here as a response.
But it went to 2-1.
Of course it did. And we heard Al talk earlier. RNG technically is in the advantage in the game score between the two organizations. As of right now, EDG making
there for RNG. Not only did they get a bunch of ultimates, but now the flash wave from Angel and from Xiaohao. Angel's probably going to get dove on this wave. Xiaoshu used the equalizer just to make sure that he buys time.
Oh, no. They got a little bit of revenge. They didn't even need to dive. Jachi snipes him down, takes him out, and that should be the Rift Herald also. It's almost a 2,000 gold lead now for RNG, as they're going to be looking to take down that turret as well. Will be first turret of the game if they can take that one. They also got the Rift Herald, so some standing gold waiting for them.
They don't have to go back up there again and address the wave. They overhauled to dive the Ornn.
Oh, they're going to do it again. Oh, he's still taking forever to die. Will end up going down over to Angel, though, so that'll be a nice little pick by EDG. This game, I'm gonna at least break the game before I end up getting this game going.
$1 million company right here. I'd love to see it. All right, well, Xiaosu can jump over this wall using this blast cone. Also has the equalizer for the range. They're gonna try and go for the Callista Ren combo.
Look at Xiaosu though on the other side. Weaver's wall going through. Dragon goes the way of Milky Way.
Nice,
he gets the second one there, and RNG are taking this one all day long. Resets coming through, and they just look for each fight they can. Milky Way makes it back over the wall to chase ZDZ. He is his brother in arms in that Skarner, but not any longer. As him and Jachi are going to try to run down ZDC. He's throwing up the Timo emotes. But another fight win for RNG, and it just feels like they are vibing here as a fourth kill comes through for Jachi.
How do you get the
smite? My screen is on, is by himself on a flank, going to be immediately collapsed onto. You have to remember, they have this massive flank on. It's just completely caught. 3-man Ornhorn across the board, and another one goes down as they try to find this fight on RNG. They do get a double kill from On, but RNG find resets all day long for Milky Way. They end up finding a triple for him and gonna finish it off with the final 2 kills going down. That is a clean ace for RNG.
This game's looking as one-sided as the first game. Definitely, but this time in RNG's favor, right? I think just a lot more coordination, a lot more thought going into this competition, how they want to execute it. EDG's map movements and EDG's decisions just seem very desperate. The auto Dragon Pole,
we must take this to 3. You know, we were talking about that. The all-time before the series was 57 RNG, 50 for EDG, but they said, hey man, for old time's sake, let's go to 3. Let's push ourselves. Famous Thunder Talk series that we got at the beginning of the year. He's like, we don't need to study for our opponents, and and it was Hoya actually. It was
Dude,
like,
what is
have to study
this?
for us. It's a free win for RNG, is what it is, Lennon.
What the hell am I watching, man? What the actual hell was that?
Just one shot before he can even auto back.
Corn mid's looking OP. The stonks are rising. Let's see if Tangyuan can win. It is a 2v2, a 2v1. You got Nico as well on a huge play. We are desperate.
Come on. Yep.
Brutal, bro.
Tangyuan is taking on the entirety of the team. He finally doesn't die. He's not dying. Okay, he gets bailed out. He'll get the kill in the end. A 4-man, 4-man. Hostile takeover in the end, but they have lost a big part to their front line as they will end up taking the blue buff away. RNG slink away from their side of the map.
There's no Skarner and Pale, no Wink ult either. This is such a Hail Mary.
I think we're getting ready for this fight, though. RNG locked down. Jachi going low. Does have the bailout, but will not be bailed out. 1,000 gold. Go the way of Xiao Hao. And now the all-out used by ZDZ. Can't find Niket. They're going to turn back to the barrel.
We have not seen EDG, specifically On and Xiao Hao, work that well here in game number 2.
Oh, Xiao Hao flash-owing over the wall. Chains of Corruption went wide again, but the Ornhorn did not. Angel goes golden. Double knock up there again by Tangyuan as they get the first soul reset by Milky Way. Now looking for the flash play. Milky Way wants it. Doesn't hit the seismic shot, but Jachi takes down Wink with a big piercing arrow at least. ZDZ going to be the next one to fall, and might not be able to pull on those ZDZs in the chat just yet as we're going to game 3 here. RNG with an almost 10,000 gold lead. And off the back of some very consistent fighting are going to even up their last series of 2025.
Yay! RNG can win a game. You're a little late. I feel like, you know, if we had this in
would have been good in game 1.
Would have been great, but, you know, it's similar to OMG. Gotta win one.
It's the classic phenomenon. You know, once you're eliminated, pressure's off. Just have fun. Play like you play. Like you play.
Legendary RNG toss here in this game.
That would be a one of all time, but honestly, if you're going to go out, I just won't go out with a bang. Go out with like the biggest throw of all time in the LPL as your last game of the season. As now we get that double engage. Just eliminates the backline solo, and unfortunately that's just another wallet diff. Straight to mid lane, straight into these TPs. You didn't even have Xiao Hao with you for EDG on that fight, and I think they knew that it's a go next angle.
Well, what do we think about game 3, guys? Is blue side going to prevail? Do we have?
I think blue blue side might be slightly OP as the stats have shown. But
That could be
again,
the case.
too.
Kelsey, I think
Yeah.
you and I have both, we've been in agreement about this. Draft doesn't matter. Stats, awful.
He knows he's going to have a somewhat free laning phase. So definitely an option there.
It absolutely is. I know something that Alec wanted to talk about coming into this.
Maybe, who knows? Into the Renekton though, that sounds pretty miserable, right? Like that's one of the more classic matchups. So counter matchups for Mbessa. So maybe you're right. Maybe we should have just tanked the Mbessa matchup and said, hey, let's just put the Jax in the jungle here for Milky Way. ZDZ still has not recalled. I don't think this is ever a real gank, but you already see that Tongyuan. This is also a fake fight. There's no way we're looking for this right now.
All right, we're going to see the fight. And it goes away Milky Way there, too. So he's going to secure it, but now he's in trouble. Yeah, Angel's got his number. The flash out, the Conqueror proc, but he didn't even get the damage off with it. And first blood goes to EDG.
To do with this mid priority that they should have now with this Azir.
Seeing the gank potential from Milky Way. He's trying to stay active. He's going to look on bot side now. Jiaoqi and Niket trying to go in a little bit early. They get the headbutt onto Wink. He's out of the fight now and in trouble. Flash coming out. Wink in trouble now too as well. He's going to go down. Milky Way gets the response play there. Now Niket getting low. Gets the flash out of On. On will get the kill. Swirl Sleep does go a little bit wide. Xiaohao won't be able to follow up, but maybe using the speed up here as Milky Way wants to fight. Milky Way has a lot of skirmish potential, and Milky Way finds another kill. That's going to be 2 already for the Mbessa jungle.
And honestly, while he's at least trying to keep Xiaohao honest, Milky Way's got to be careful. Yeah, he's dead. All right. What I was going to say is that by constantly just being in the river and despite him going down, he is trying to keep pace with Lilia and keep Xiaohao honest as EDG, because you do not want this Lilia to kind of start to take off in the farm department.
They're going to look top lane now as well. Try to get a gank on the Xiaoshu. Under turret. Counter-strike's already down. Now they get the CC chain in, and Wink is the one that gets the kill. Not exactly where you want the gold, but EDG come out with the gank.
About bot lane, right, between these guys. So I think it's very interesting to see that emphasis again, and that's really what descended these games.
I'm surprised that RNG decided to walk up right there as that double swirl seed connects. Xiaohao just pulls the trigger, and that'll be the dragon going to EDG as well.
I think that was very adventurous. I like that kind of look coming in from EDG. It was literally just a single swirl seed landing onto 2 of them. You get the cleanse out from Jiaoqi, but the lilting lullaby still comes out. So really good look coming in from EDG. Got to be worried though from RNG with both of our junglers hitting level 6. The public execution opens up such a big play for them.
Oh, okay. On in trouble now. Milky Way finds his purchase yet again, getting the kill to Jiaoqi.
He does so
25 on a win against EDG. Keep that better record that they have in the longevity of the history of the organization. Engage now coming in onto Angel. He's in trouble. Is going to get out for a little while, but Tong Yuan will end up killing him. So we're evening up here as just going the way of EDG though. Oh, they're just going to get it? All right.
Yeah.
Well, the dragon goes down. Pizza strength secured. Second dragon in a row for EDG. Full neutral objective.
EDG are getting all this vision. All this priority is Wink moving around the map, clearing out vision with his jungler, and so it is hard for RNG to actually walk over.
Alternatively, right?
Yeah.
They're going to bring 4 down here. They're going to try to take Milky Way down. He's a little bit slippery of a fish, though. They might go on to Niket instead. They get the double re-engage from RNG, but now they're in trouble as well. Double lilting lullaby going to come out from Xiaohao as he puts them to sleep. Xiaoshu will be in trouble. Skies Descend coming down. Here it comes from Tong Yuan, but it's only going to get one of the knockers. He hasn't actually used it just yet, and not going to go for that full trigger pull. He's still holding on to it.
It's going to be the dragon started here, and Xiaoshu will be on a flank. There are still missing ultimates here from EDG.
Tong Yuan is the big caller here. They're going to focus on the dragon, though. Niket getting low, being poked down, has to go out of the fight now. Dragon 50-50. It goes the way of Xiaohao. He's going to take that 3rd dragon of the game. Going to flash out of Milky Way's public execution as well. Now ZDZ has a really good angle on the other side of things. Wink goes in for the fight, and On has that Gatling gun spinning away with Angel right behind him. The Emperor's Call ready to go from EDG as they take the dragon and now maybe take the cat too, as they're going to chase him down. Angel has the angle on him, and he will just be carved up for a little bit of dinner for EDG.
Okay, well, that'll be EDG now. Again, 4 grubs still. They use that Herald in bottom side so they can open up another turret. They're trying to go for this mid-tier 1. Don't think that's going to happen on the Grubs there, or the Krugs. He wanted to make sure that he gets the Stardust. So as long as you're with the Aurelion Soul, anything that dies inside it gets you. Oh,
all in. Going
Angel?
on Angel now. They don't get him in the end. Emperor's Divide comes away. The skies have descended, but is it going to be enough? RNG looking for the kills, have sustained damage. Tong Yuan has been untouched. He's getting the resets himself, but On coming through as well. A double kill already there for Xiaohao. He's dancing all over them. Tong Yuan now breathing light all over EDG, but ZDZ wants him. He tries to get him, but can't get in the distance. But Jiachi, he has gone too far. The flash play comes through. Xiaohao finds another kill. I'm pretty sure he got 3 or 4 of them in that fight. And that will be Tong Yuan slinking away while Xiaohao secures.
You can with this Aurelion Soul. Still some options here, yes. This is EDG with 3 Grubs. This is EDG now with a Hextech Soul. This is going to help them be able to combat some of the infinite measures that an Aurelion Soul has. And hopefully EDG are going to be able to utilize some of this damage right now, because this game does not get easier for them in here. And they have to continue to maintain this. They're only 3,000 gold up, and I mean, Tong Yuan is basically your last-ditch effort if you are Royal to give up.
Oh, there's the Skies Descent coming through as well as the reproc goes in. Angel is already down. Niket found the kill there. Wink going to be soon to join him as Tong Yuan takes him out, and back onto the bear, and they go. Okay. They could burn this down pretty quickly. It just spawned about a minute ago.
Wow. All right, let's see if EDG can come in. I think they still have some tools to make things happen. Niket staying in position to zone.
Too late. Baron's already going to go down. EDG, no response. It's a little bit slow on the back take. But RNG will end up taking that objective.
And they couldn't push mid because of Xiaoshu, so good job coming in from the top laner of RNG to help keep this wave pushed. It's still probably going to be this mid lane tier 1, but at least wasting EDG's time. Again, they still had these 3 Grubs, so could have went down a lot quicker there. Going over, that's the Baron. EDG now with the Soul and looking for the Thornbound Otacon. Look at where RNG are right now. With the Baron, they're going to just try to barrel down mid and say, we do not care that you have this damage buff. You have to first kill us to get any kind of use out of it.
See if they can re-collapse over this. Oh, the Blast Cone. Maybe the Blast Cone of Doom right there. Oh, the cat going to get pushed back, but that push in mid lane still going to be there. Atacon secured, so they'll have that lasting buff, but as well as the team fight damage once they start getting kills. Xiaoshu will take that side lane turret tier.
Wouldn't be an Elder or a Nirvana game if we didn't have an Elder fight. So looks like
into that play-in, and you want to do it your way. A win here does guarantee that for you. And RNG, they might be done, but they could take down one of their premier rivals in the LPL for the history of the league here as they go to take the fight now. It's still Tong Yuan we're looking at. He has the Skies Descend. As the skies open up, Jiachi is going down. Xiaohao finds the solo pick there as he's in the midst of everybody. He's in trouble now. He still gets the 1 kill. Maybe even looking for the triple. Xiaohao finds 2. He's looking for a 3rd. Xiaohao, he's going insane. Get this man a team because he's got a triple kill.
Well, they don't even need the Otacon anymore. They've got 3. They've got 3 Grubs. Can we go for a little bit more? They're going to try and open up the base here. Angel's going to look for a teleport, and that might just be the end of the game here, the end of the series for EDG.
The end of the legacy, really, for RNG as well here in 2025. EDG putting the screws to him one last time. One last-ditch effort. RNG got it to 3, but EDG will deal.
They'll spawn in 30 afterwards, but EDG doing a victory lap now. They'll get the Elder, they'll take their resets, and maybe there's a re-engage. RNG are teleporting for this.
No, they tried to. They don't get there in time. Elder is now secured. You have to be really careful at the back of that fight now. Dominus had been popped by ZDZ.
Yep, they should get this bow. But I want to be excited for Xiaohao, so, you know, we're going to
He also showed off the Spirit Blossom stuff really nicely with the Atacon take. Each one of those explosions actually paying off.
Yep.
The slows. We love reading patch notes. Great job, Xiaohao.
we read patch notes. We're playing at Milky Way. You know, we get the 1v3.
Yes, exactly that. But as EDG try to get this last push in here, see them get this turret, no contest. RNG saying it's going to be at the Nexus or nothing. As there goes that top lane inhib as well. This push still alive for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. The Baron buff still aplenty for EDG. One final time, this rivalry goes down. One final time, EDG are able to put down RNG. In a 3-game series, like you said, always going the distance, Kelsey. But nonetheless, EDG are looking on to better things. A win here gets them into that playoff play-in, and they want to make sure it sits just right as they look one last time onto this engage. They go for it. RNG, they feel their fleeting hopes going to an end. They try to get this backline access now, but that Elder Dragon, it is just flapping as now Tong Yuen has reset. They got the kills, but the Nexus is down. EDG.
Welcome to Onivia Highlights. These are the best highlights from the LPL 2025 Split 2.
There's a world where they would try and flip the map again with no TP on Rumble, look for that early dragon. Not the case, though. Our bot lane's still up here as Tian spotted on a control ward. Of course, each of our junglers going have been pathing top to bot in this game, Yanni. It's been match clears so far. Has led to a little bit of action and potentially a little bit more as Weibo, very strong at this mark, already has 6. They're going to look for the invade on Tarzan's blue buff.
Yeah, they did ping
Oh,
out
he's in
Xiaohu, so
trouble.
they have an idea that he's there, but
Good
Tarzan,
flash.
an immediate flash, still gets rooted up and is getting lower by the minute. He goes down. It's going to be first blood going over to the Jin, and Xiaohu looking for a little bit more. They're going to turn their sights on Kyle. He's going to go down. It's a double kill for Light, but on the backside, Hope manages to find
stop.
one, but he may have run out of Hope. It looks
Oh.
like he will be able to walk
Okay.
it out
Yeah, they let him go. Gonna return to the waves.
by Weibo. Speaking of tag, Hope down to about half HP. The Pantheon ult is going
No
to fly
flash.
in, so is the flash, the cleanse too. And Hope, one more auto attack, will go down. The feet of warfare going over to Weibo. Meanwhile, Galio looking to join the party. The knockup goes on to Erha, and he's going to get taunted up. He might not be able to escape, does have the flash, but he'll elect to use that for a rainy day. Anyone's legend will take the grubs. Dragon started up for Weibo. Looks like they should be able to take this one with relative ease given their positioning in the game so far. And things are looking good for Weibo team that is looking to right their wrongs from earlier in the week. Got him.
Xiaohu pretending to not see Flandre, and then felt like the last patch there were so many objectives that spawned throughout the game. As a jungler, you always just had to be clearing and make sure you're as strong as possible. There's less opportunities to look for plays in lanes, kind of like what Tarzan's looking for here. Now Tian is showing mid, and there's a big rotation coming up from Weibo to try and defend against this. So good equalizer from Breathe, and Weibo posturing on the top side of the river to threatens enough to push him off. Now Breathe stuck with
There
no
we
wall,
go.
and they have a play coming down.
Yeah, Light flashed away, and Tarzan is going to get denied. Going to use his ultimate to try to stay alive. Tien is very low himself, and anyone's legend are able to pick him up. A very nice turnaround from them.
Yeah, again, I really like that play from AL because you could see them threatening. I know that the community narrative sentiment has been Tarzan's been a little off. I agree. I don't think he's the only culprit. We've seen a few fights from Hope where he's been a little bit overextended, caught out, especially on Lucian, last 2 Lucian games. I feel like Hope kind of threw it for his team. And then on the flip side for Weibo, Xiaohu has had a couple shaky series himself. He's been up and down a little bit. So good to see an up so far for this one as Tarzan checks Tian, and we're looking for a fight here. TPs.
Round a half. Good flash from Kyle as well. Shank's going to cut off their way out. And Tien
Where's
could be in a
Bolton?
lot of trouble. Big Charm coming out as well. Kyle trying to stay alive as the Galio will be able to save him for right now. And they're going to look for a little bit more. Xiaohu manages to slip through and will find Kyle, but is now
Reset.
kind of split here. It's a pincer, but Xiaohu on the weak side is just going to try to slide back over the wall to get out, but this does cede river control to AL. And a flash there because Shanks, very wise there. To try and
We'll snag the dragon for themselves. We'll see what the next play is for anyone's legend. Is yep, that dragon being taken. TP from Shanks immediately to go back up to that top lane and try and work on this turret.
yeah, now Weibo with their dragon stacking. We got a Chemtech Soul on the Rift, so
First brick
you know,
would be big.
Yeah,
They
have to
need
be aware
first
of that
brick
one.
for the feet. Yeah.
Looks like it'll be pretty free here.
3 grubs, and Shanks gonna get some free time. We'll take care of it. First brick secured. AL just actually absorbing that play. Might have tempo on the map, and yeah, that's gonna be enough for them to actually just drop that Rift Herald. They're gonna look for the charge here. Of course, Hope with that Bloodthirster can heal off the wave, and this is kept Breathe in this lane to try and defend against this. The crash coming in, and Galio
Hey.
rotating. We're gonna have a fight.
Yep, the knockup is going to land onto 2 here. Here comes the Weaver's Wall to split things up, but Tien gets to the back line. Good Rumble Equalizer, trying to do some good damage, but it's just not enough. TN is going to go down 2. It's a 2-0 for Anyone's Legend. They're going to take the turret. Maybe they're going to look for more, but it looks like the rest of Weibo are able to get out of there.
Really didn't like that fight.
Hang on.
IL
looking for an engage.
Breathe.
Rumble's overheated. Breathe is just dead. He's going to flash away, and it's not going to do a damn thing.
They could look Otacon. Of course, I think it's worth trying to deny this soul point for Weibo. Breathe will be back out on the map for that, but Equalizer burned in the back half. Not going to have that cooldown available for the Dragon fight, so would love if Anyone's Legend actually finds a reset and looks for this one again. Breathe is here again. Equalizer down for a few seconds. We'll see if Anyone's Legend wants to push the pace. While that cooldown is down, is Kyle.
Okay, Erha, big engage here. The roof goes down too, but guess what? Nobody's there to back him up. Now it's going to be Xiaohu trying. Tien gets to the back line on top of Hope. Hope will go down, but Tarzan's going to get to the back line here. Light Force to flash away. Xiaohu uses his last dash, but Kyle is sticking on top of him. Flash expended, but Tarzan in hot pursuit, picking up the double kill.
I just think that engage into Hope, bullet time was down. That's just not the right person. Hope was able to live for way too damn long. And the re-engage on the back half from Flandre and Tarzan on 2 different points of the fight. Weibo couldn't deal with it. That's going to be soul point denied as Anyone's Legend picks up their first dragon and frankly, take full control of this game.
You're going to knock down the start on the bottom side too. You're going to ruin any hopes of dragon stacking. You're going to be up nearly 5.
But still, that's enough for them to start up this Otacon. This one's going to be taken uncontested as Weibo Gaming kind of reeling.
Yeah, not too much that they're able to do. They get some vision down on the bottom side. They take out some of these jungle camps, but guess what? That is not worth the price of admission for an Otacon. There's pure.
You could go collect your LDR or IE LDR and be fine.
Yeah. Not looking so lethal this game. Is this lethality gym?
Well,
he hasn't picked
I was
up a
about
kill
to say,
since.
he's trying to be lethal with lethality, but one of the opposite.
Charm lands. And here comes Shanks. He's trying to rejoin the team. Erha's going to get engaged on the knockup for Tien, but he's still alive and kicking. Here comes the knockup down onto Erha, forced to flash away as he's getting low. His ultimate's going to time out real soon. And here comes the taunt coming through from Flandre, doing a lot. Xiaohu's got to run for the hills. Tien gets knocked up and put in the bounce house again. And once again, Kyle on top of this legendary Ahri. And we're just in the shooting gallery here, and it's nothing but whiffs. Ben Simmons at the free throw line. Is anyone?
The combo was split up. Well, guess what? The Talia for Shanks, you have a Xin Zhao, and also that Galio for the setup is Flandre.
They all want it, but I'm sure they'll wait till they're on the way out because the siege is on with the Baroned Up minions. As here comes the double global play here. Xiaohu trying to get in some good damage. Flandre also joins the party. Shanks has to go golden as Tien is going to get turned on here. He's forced to flash away. Xiaohu going to try to get after Tarzan, but he can't over on the other side of the fight. Breathe is barely breathing, but he's able to flash out as Erha and Light have to run for the hills. Weaver's wall coming through. Xiaohu has got to get out of there. He's going to flash over the wall, going to dodge out on that knockup as Tarzan will start up the dragon, but it looks like he'll think better of it as the rest of his team is in the base.
I'm used to Breathe's Rumble actually being okay. It's been a really rough Rumble game from Breathe, as these equalizers in the Rumble overall has not been on point, getting gapped by Flandre's Galio. And frankly, the rest of Weibo Gaming getting gapped in the back half of this game is did highlight, wanted that mid-game for Anyone's Legends to be good. They needed it. They needed to find the early mid-game wins, utilizing a lot of the semi-globals their comp has. And Weibo just get after a couple good early fight skirmishes, Yanni. They've not been able to find anything in their favor.
No, they were really shut out for a large majority.
I do want to praise that the Leona pick here by Kyle. Speaking of Kyle,
might have some time to do it. He's not going to hit that Zenith Blade. Xiaohu has one more charge left. Is going to hold it for that Leona ultimate. Seismic Jump not going to land on him, but they're still going to find him anyway and take him down. That Equalizer does land flush. It's not really doing that much. He does manage to kill Kyle. Erha has to run. He's burning away too. As the siege continues for Anyone's Legend, now a 4v4. So they're knocking on the door of this top inhibitor.
Xiaohu must have said something to him, man. They burned every single tool they had available to take down the Ahri, and to be fair with the lead that Anyone's Legend has, going to lead to another inhibitor being taken as both top and bot inhibitors knocked down at Anyone's Legend.
You know, we talk about all the time with these LPL supports and how a lot of them have not lived up to expectations. Again, you know, Kyle has been pretty consistent from start to finish here. Good flash. Erha goes all the way in. Ultimate coming through as they get on top of Shanks. Here comes the curtain call too. But guess what? There's too many big bodies in the way. They're going to turn on to Breathe, and Hope gets sniped down on the backside. But Shanks is able to take him out, and then Tarzan going in and get a little bit of help from his Galio on top of it too. Light is the last one. He's going to get taunted. He's going to go down. A triple kill for Tarzan, and an exclamation point of the game. Anyone's Legend up 1-0.
Honestly, I thought it was a good fight from Breed, but the front line was just destroyed, or the back line was destroyed by the front line of Anyone's Legend, as Flandre and Tarzan did work in this game. 8-1 and 10 to wrap the game up on the Xin Zhao, as Tarzan drops a bomb on the map, and Anyone's Legend.
His career, or God knows how long ago that actually was for a guy that's been playing since 2020.
I don't love this draft for Weibo. I just don't see a way where...
Yeah, you know, it's whenever you get that amp tome, you see Nico with an amp tome, you got to be aware. If you're a squishy champion, that can do a lot of damage. But Jiahu will pump up a nice little bit himself with just a tier.
Oh, great steal by Tarzan.
Tien is going in. He's only level 5, so he's well up against the wall. Forces the flash of Tarzan. Shanks with a great 3-man stun. Erha low. Ezreal doesn't get the kill, and he will go down. It's Tarzan picking up first blood, and now Flandre looking for a little bit more. One last tick of the ultimate, but no. Jiahu's fancy feet get about. Legend is able to take away these grubs from the potent Weibo solo laners. Tarzan wants a little bit of a piece of Breathe here. He gets knocked up too. Tarzan's got to get close to the wall. He will end up falling. He will trade it back over Flandre. We'll get credit for that one.
Overall, and that's why Kyle stuck around. You can see he's in fog because those grubs were wrapped up by Tien. Kyle now going to be spotted. That's not going to stop the play though.
Okay, slammed up against the wall, impaled, and down. Tien will be able to get that one.
A greedy hold really big in that lane. At the moment though, it's Tarzan looking at the river, of course. Dragon, the only neutral that we have on the map, and potentially looking at this fight here on either side. Right, AL's happy to poke here.
Yeah,
the Nico Ezreal range very good.
Jiahu's going to get timbers on. He's just dead. Feet of Warfare going over to Anyone's Legend. Over on the backside, another root coming down onto Tien as Kyle wants some more, but Tien will be able to drive himself out of there. Doesn't mean the crowd will go over to Anyone's Legend and potentially the Dragon too. Terry Ultimate going down, the Lightning Crash. Ultimate coming out there as Hope is getting rifled down. Tarzan joins the party, double knock up, but Hope really can't get close. No one's here to help, but it doesn't matter. Tarzan is enough. A double kill for the Poppy. As Kyle will be able to get out of there. Your Rise and your Zeri are big scalers, and you're just so insistent on fighting. As they are still insistent on fighting, and guess what? That means Erha is going to die. Kyle is going to be able to get that kill. Now they're chasing down Breathe. He should be able to get out. Never mind. Tarzan going to go over the wall with the knock-up. Will force the flash out of Breathe, but nothing more to be had. But again, we're just trying to fight, even though we have big scalers.
And hold on. This turret, it will be first brick, but feats will be secured by AL here with this Rift Herald take. So, and an early port actually coming in from Shanks. They might drop this Herald quickly here and play mid, because no one's mid here for Weibo, and I love this rotation coming out from AL, because they're going to answer that bot outer, drop the Rift mid, and really threaten that mid outer too. Just given the matchup, and so the focus that went down towards him early on.
It does feel like at some point, Anyone's Legend, they're going to have to push the pace a little bit as Joe takes a lot of damage because, you know, Weibo's composition, the later the game goes, they will be strong. It's just a matter of them actually getting there is the worrisome part. Retro now going to get dropped in the mid lane. Get one charge off, take the turret down pretty low. Just use that to get Tarzan into this bottom side jungle as Flandre, the bottom side will take out this turret. 3 trades up top.
Top laners amassing some resources on themselves. Xiaohu to take the reset during that. I will say...
If you use the ultimate on yourself, well, I think Anyone's Legend will consider that one.
Shanks has flash.
Is up, and you mentioned it, Shanks ready to go. Just going to go on top of Erha and immediately blow up. Good flash on the follow with the pop loss, and the knockups are there. I don't think the rest of the damage is. Timbers is going to do what he can. It will just force off Weibo and give purchase to mid lane here for anyone's legend.
Again, though, if Tien's not able to be the one that is dictating a fight, then it will be anyone's legend choosing a fight against you. And I think that's where some of the power, like the hidden power of Nico really shines, is it's so easy for Nico to find fights and dictate what she wants. Just given her ability to disguise in the Flash Pop Blossom. This game, for me, it's whoever engaged. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought this was being started before we went into the replay, and that seems to be the case, and Weibo just straight up gave it.
They're still
playing
up.
Oh,
They're
boy.
still giving time to Weibo, but...
Thondre is lying in wait. That's deep
Oh,
for
Erha
Goodbye,
is just...
Lulu.
Oh, yeah. Erha's just dead. Flash in a straight line right into the wall. Has to ult himself to try to stay alive, but will go down. Hope gets that kill. It's going to be a 5v4. See if Weibo is able to escape as Poppy slams him up against the wall. Here's the Pop Blossom. It lands on the 3. They're going to start knocking him down like dominoes. It's Tien over on the side. Breathe is forced away. Meanwhile, Light trying to kite things out. He's got to flash away, but he's speed skating. And Xiaohu's got some good damage, but does end up falling anyway to the might of Tibbers, and Tarzan cleans up the rest over on the other side. Breathe didn't stand a chance. It's an ace for anyone's legend. How's that for pushing the pace?
Again, I am shocked that Nico made it all the way through draft.
Gaming, they're going to have to, I don't know what they're going to have to do. I was going to say tighten their belts, but they need to do a hell of a lot more than that. Meanwhile, they're bleeding out on the bottom side as Flanders.
In this, and if they do, they have to walk through Kyle.
Yeah, the ankles were broken. Get that man some ice. Tien trying to get close. Poppy ultimate misses, but you have to wade through so much right now as Tien cannot get in there. Baron secured for anyone's legend. Now they're going to turn on the scar. He's going to flash forward. He's going to impale too. How much damage do you have? Plenty! Weibo's got a lot, but guess what? Anyone's legend, very, very healthy. Hope, almost full HP. Tarzan going in, looking for Light. Can't quite find him. The health bars are starting to blink over on the side of anyone's legend, despite the fact that they got the Baron. Hope getting a little bit closer. Turn into a little nosy dewdrop there. Tien still on blinking health bars, a good shift away. But anyone's legend unable to actually close out any kills.
I mean,
really, really in control, but they still are, right? It's not like you lost anything there except for one member of your team. You still have the siege, you still have the map control.
Yeah, and still Rise pretty far behind. I don't think it's enough MR quite yet.
Hold on, the Rune is on here. They're on top of Flandra. It's down to about half HP. Tien trying to get in there. Flandra forced to flash away, but Tarzan gets over the wall. The Impale is only onto Tarzan. Kyle's going to knock up too. Lightning crash from Light. Not getting the opportunity to cook though, as Hope was able to get out of there. Now they're going to turn on the Shanks. They found him, but he drops down the Timbers. The knockups are there, and Shanks will fall. Weibo managed to find one.
He falls, but look at the health bars for Weibo. I think it's still going to be the Dragon going over to AL, so Shanks gives his life for Soul. We'll see if Tien can get in here, but even if he does, Tarzan should be able to stun him and keep him far enough away where they can't take this.
Oh, it's secured for anyone's legend. Very close there. Light was not able to snatch away, and now Hope going to shift over the wall, hit the blast cone. He should be all right, although sticking around for this blue buff when maybe he shouldn't. He's got one more shift in him, but guess who's really fast? Breathe is sprinting. Here comes the Rise, but another blast cone to get him out of there. Now a potential turnaround because these health bars are really low, but again, Hope very low on mana. Tien is able to get over the wall. Tarzan
TPs
went from the side. As you mentioned, teleports coming through. Swansea looking to link up with the rest of the team. A lot of low health bars over on the side of Weibo as Kyle trying to run forward. Maybe land some sort of route. Nobody's going to get cut off here.
I thought AL might have wanted it. Instead, they at least push him out and delay those bases.
It's going to be tough to get there. Now with the Soul as well, going to be almost impossible. Tarzan going to look for Breathe. I'm pretty sure Tarzan can just 1v1 this man. But Shanks will show up too just to help out as Tarzan will claim his 6th kill of the game.
It's a bloodthirsty Poppy, man. Tarzan
it's possible. One's legend going to go in full retreat here. They're going to take out the Void Scuttle Crab. Weibo has to walk in with no vision. The root goes down onto Tien. He's down to about half HP and getting lower by the second. The poke from Hope is too much. The sneaky Pop Blossom. Xiaohu's gone golden, which means he's absolutely stuck. And Flandra gets that kill. He flashes in, looking for more, and they're going to put the nail in the coffin on anyone's legend. Snappy decision-making and a 2-0 series win for them.
I mean, what a way to cap off this series for anyone's legend. Again, they prove that there is a gap between the top 4 and the rest of Group Ascension, and anyone's legend proves the last 2 series for them were a fluke as Tarzan, monster day, monster series from him, end up with an easy 2-0 for anyone's legend.
And you know what? Everybody on anyone's legend looked good. Obviously, we want to give Tarzan his... For the Galio ultimate for the Jin Zhao. Not only that, you've got great ultimates across the board to pick up if you're a knight. So this is great. This bot lane would also agree.
Yeah.
I think more of a champion difference, but you know, same difference at that point. Monkey will be able to take away the crowd, but he does get rooted. Good hook coming down, but Monkey is already very low. Forced to flash away as Beishuan is sticking on him. Great job there by Karis trying to keep him away, but it doesn't matter. It'll be first blood going over to Knight.
I mean, level up for On.
Walls could be closing in on him. Beishuan ready to go. Comes on, Root goes down to the Monkey teleport, coming in from behind as well. Knight's going to come through, but they're able to turn onto On and get the kill. See what more we're going to have. Elk is going to shift away. Bin makes his way down. Equalizer 2. Monkey trying to get closer to the Vampire. Taeyun flashes over the wall as they turn onto Beishuan, but he's able to... No, he's still alive. Thought he was going to trade out. He will finally go down. Taeyun will fall. Vampire will fall. Cube is stuck in a 3v1, and Disaster Strikes. BLG go to town on Team W.
Karis was stuck bot lane. Knight had the TP. I mean, Tien and oh god, what was that series? Tien and someone else, but yeah.
Hang on, Beishuan. They turn on the Monkey here. Knockup is there, but another nice equalizer coming down from Bin means that Monkey is dead. There's no resets to be had. Cube is put on a skewer and burnt alive. Teleport's coming in. Oh no, Karis! He's surrounded like a horror movie. The zombies go get him, and BLG are crushing it.
Well, and if you want to be the genius that he might be, you can also join us at Command Coffee and support the LPL English broadcast directly. As I think coffee is so good that the players started taking them out of the office and then were stealing them for themselves. As Cube's about to get dunked.
Yeah, they're going to steal some plates. They're going to steal Cube. I don't know what to say, man. That is just really, really rough.
3 grubs and first brick, and feet secured for BLG.
Once upon a time, there was a game comparison. It was the Power Rangers versus the Hot Dogs.
Where this won, right? Going into that, had won 4 LPL splits in a row. And doing it the fashion that BLG's done is quite crazy. All right, TP coming in.
We're going to give it a shot here. It's going to be On, the one who's knocked up. Here comes Karis as well. On's going to flash over the wall.
Can't even get on.
Before it comes in, everybody's matched here. On's going to be out of the fight, though. Knight does have that Nautilus ultimate. They're going to spot out On. Good job there. Able to get over the wall as Monkey.
No sums. He's dead.
Elk has nothing. He's got no mana either. So Monkey's backed him up into a corner here, and Taeyun is going to get this kill. All right, Team W get a couple of things back. Beishuan forced the flash away. Nice job there by Team WE as they're going to be on the Herald.
All right, BLG maybe a little bit overextended to take that mid-outer. They were able to knock it down, but those couple of kills could lead to a Rift Herald here. WE grouped up. Good play from them. As that TP in, they actually found a positive play, found an answer, but of course, folks coming back here for BLG.
It goes down onto Beishuan. Seismic shoved as well. Galio coming through on top of it. It's a big mess here as Knight's doing a lot of damage. Here comes the Pop Blossom. It lands only onto 2. As Knight is low, Bin is low. They got to get out of there. And all of a sudden, Team WE are starting to pick up some kills, Kobe.
Team Monkey, baby. We talked about these Viego resets, the importance of WE hitting their stride early on. The Evil Witch there. And able to freeze Alchemist Tracks picks up the kill. And frankly, I mean, that's a Herald. That's the second dragon going over to WE. They pick up their first dragon of the game. And we get Soul to spawn.
Some opportunities now. A little bit of power in the Monkeys. He's cresting toward 2 items. Everybody's done their first item. Another nice seismic shove here from Karis as they're going to all in on Beishuan. They take him out. Vampire gets that kill. Monkey once more. So does Karis because he uses the ultimate. But Karis puts himself in no man's land. Pop Blossom lands onto 2, but On's going to go down as Monkey will get it. It ends up being a 2-for-1.
All right, bit deep from Karis, but hey, 2-for-1. Monkey's going to drop the Herald. Mid-outer will fall. And again, this comp, it's all about Viego and these resets, and Monkey has been able to connect.
All right, Vampire went a little too deep there. Got taken down to about half HP, but the Herald doing good work here. Gonna get 1 turret, gonna get a charge on the second one as well. And things are starting to tilt a little bit closer to Team WE.
again, I mean, just all about... Hey, they're really posturing there to aggressively take this, but this is spotted now. See how fast Cube can respond, because this is a numbers advantage for BLG.
Yeah, it's a stealable objective now, so let's see if Monkey wants to go for it. Will not do so. It is a free Otacon on spawn for BLG. Inclined to fight over the last couple of minutes. With the teleport coming in here from Knight as they're really looking to secure not only this bottom turret, but also this dragon. Speaking of fighting, On just gets picked off once again.
That could be the dragon going over, as Chemtech Soul is what we have on the Rift, and third dragon is to be snagged up here by WE. I didn't exactly see how On was caught out there, but a good find by WE. And the ults are not available for Team WE, so BLG with most of their ult economy up and available. Yep, supposed to be a drop for WE. Well played by BLG. Good job of making sure that he is farmed and fed as we get closer and closer to these big fights. And Knight will be big this game. Has the Seeker's arm guard now. Has picked up those nice little empowered sword shoes with the fleets as Taeyun. That Chain of Corruption goes wide. Bin might be in trouble though. He does see the Shroud.
Oh, his goose may be cooked. The Monkey flashes on top of him. Bin's going to drop the ultimate down. It's not going to do anything.
Fine.
Just clear out the wave. Ezreal coming through.
Paris has TP.
Paris' shield.
This is the second
in the mid lane here.
Second dragon in a row where Team WE has found a pick fourth that will enable them to take that objective for free. So that will be soul point secured for Team WE. A game where Chemtech Dragon has some value. That extra resist, it was doing a little bit less of just this, which is dying in the side lane for nothing. But sadly,
hang on.
dying
There's a picture in picture.
Live.
Yeah, full engage coming out here, and guess what? Beishwan is dead, and the health bars for Team WE are large right now. Cubby, this is going to be Team WE's Baron.
I mean, they can at least be forced to it. I still think it's BLG that's the stronger team. I know that it's starting to get to a point of concern. I gotta say, we've been saying that BLG is the comp that's strong and should be able to outscale against WE, but yeah, Beishwan and On have definitely had a couple of oopsies as it continues.
Another oopsie! He's just dead! What is going on?
Plus 119, he's a cannon minion.
My goodness, he's not even disguised as one.
Monkey.
Oh, Monkey, I like this. This Elf finds himself in trouble, gets stunned up,
BLG.
and he's dead too. Team WE are running over BLG. They wanted more, they got more. Flash, hook, onto Beishwan. He's gonna ult them away. As Team WE are relentless, Cubby.
BLG, again, I wasn't taking this game super seriously for Team WE because I really thought that BLG, like as this game would go on, would be fine, but it's been WE, the only team that's been making the plays. On and Beishwan have just not been able to put it together on the map, both getting caught out individually, respectively, multiple times, as the goal lead now for WE, an inhibitor to fall, and they're kind of posturing to end here. They've got 15 seconds on the Rumble and the Ezreal. Will be a Weaver's Wall that cuts them off and stops the push, but WE, permanent damage when you're low, that matters a lot for Diego with finding resets. They didn't get to spend their gold. They did not. I like this from BLG. I know it's aggressive to start, but they're trying to pull them away from the Dragon too. Vampire has a find on.
From the side, on. Oh yeah, On's very far out, but a good equalizer comes down. Karras has to go golden. Elk gets hooked up. And Knight with a stolen ultimate there. Vampire's low, but On and Elk survive. Monkey is trying to do what he can, but Knight's gone golden. Monkey is in stasis, and BLG turning around on Team WE and ace them clean.
The golden left hand of BLG is their savior. A beautiful team fight from Knight. He played that pixel perfect, picture perfect, as the Zanyas prevents the reset, and the abscond abduct that was pixel perfect in the back half to find the Viego. BLG retake the lead, and they're not actually even denying the Mountain Soul. They want the turrets first, or the Chemtech Soul, I should say. But again, keep your eyes on Knight for this fight, folks. This was fantastic from him. Okay, we're not even going to get the replay. We're going back to live. Chemsoul contested.
Oh, there we go. There was a seismic shove, but the equalizer comes down. BLG looking to put the pressure onto Team WE. They are very healthy, though, and Bin has no equalizer.
They force WE to bot side, the disadvantageous side. Knight, of course, can cycle out the ultimates, too, at this point, as double 18. Silas can get multiple hijacks throughout the fight.
Monkey has no GI.
Harris, they're going to burn.
Weaver's Wall there. On gets denied, but Knight gets over the wall. Looking for big damage. They blow up Monkey, and it's simply front to back at this point. The Dragon secured for BLG. The fight's going to be secured for them too. Taeyun is desperately trying to escape, and Knight's Kingslayer heals him up too much for Team WE to handle.
All right.
The little brothers were messing around, and BLG get in the gamer position. They hunched their back, and they meant business.
Yep, the scaling kicked in here as Monkey fell first in that fight, and BLG, they've taken over. They get the Dragon. They're going to wrap up the game, and it really took a heroic performance from Knight to get them back in this one. 25 pages on the Magi's when it's all said and done. We'll see if they can wrap it up on this push. I will say WE spawning soon enough to maybe contest.
I don't think it's going to happen, Cubby. Monkey's up in 5, but these health bars are not low.
Okay.
The Nexus turrets have fallen. BLG, we're not looking so good. They fumbled the bag multiple times, but Team WE could not bring it home. BLG up 1-0.
For him, and frankly, really not a lot of CC that Knight has to worry about in this game. So I like the Akali pick, and I like BLG's comp a lot, but I will shotgun to the face.
Kind of alone on an island here. We do see Knight moving over. His bot lane is 2. Snaps him up against the wall. He's going to pick up the buckler, and now all of a sudden, Monkey's in trouble. Good flash there, but guess what? He's stuck in a 3v1, and First Blood goes over to off.
Well, I like the Gromp take.
I like the look.
Not the Wolves take.
Yeah, it was a little.
Gromp take, good. Yeah. I actually think there's a way, like with Annie mid, I mean, you could have just taken Gromp and then sprinted towards the Raptors and fought Poppy there. But a lot of power now missing. As, of course, Elk and On a little bit low on the mana, but Elk doing good work on Taeyun, who will have some help with the Nami and the health bar. And frankly, Monkey is actually just sprinting to impact that bot lane.
No.
Karis is going to die. Karis no flash.
I think we're headed to a large gold deficit early, although On is very low. He's going to try to sneak around. I don't really like this. You're going to give red buff over to somebody who you really don't want to have red buff.
At least Elk survives, and they do see Monkey. So Beishuan is actually currently taking Monkey's Raptors, and Monkey is going to help Taeyun shove this wave.
Elk?
As Elk burns his flash for fun. And I think for fun is what describes this game so far.
Couldn't agree more, my friend.
I mean, look at the jungle gaps.
Yeah.
Hey, if you pick Graves, you're trying to do what Beishuan's doing to the Graves. If you're behind on Graves, I cannot emphasize enough how useless you are.
Okay. Monkey flashing forward.
Bin has flash
still. Going to try to take out Bin. Bin, as you mentioned.
Karis.
Karis, yeah. Karis almost dies to those little, the good little ghosty goons.
I fear the Maiden's a little bit stronger than the Bear.
Just
white
a
buff,
little bit.
you know, for the York.
Okay, Killing goes down as Beishuan shows up to the top lane. Manages to find the kill and punts away. And now Monkey manages to actually snipe the kill onto Beishuan. He gets taken to about half HP, but Ben wants this fight.
A game where, again, Team WE has to get the ball rolling quickly, and they have really failed to do so. As it is an Umbral Glaive Graves. And this Graves is already on welfare, it feels like, this game. He is really far behind.
Yeah, and we talked about how you do have good, he's doing a pretty decent job, but his health bar is getting lower and lower. Okay, tidal wave coming in. As On does a classic int, and Monkey from downtown with the collateral damage will pick up his second kill of the game. In the bot lane, we're not done. Knockup is on Karis in the perfect execution. That Knight will find his second.
Well, Off's in the chat. Knight able to pick up the kill, though, on the Akali and the Annie, as Karis has been sent back to Narnia, the Stone Ages.
Okay.
See what Monkey can find, though.
Dove here. Doing a lot of damage to him, blinding him as well. He'll flash away, but he still goes down. As Taeyun will find kill number 2. All of a sudden, Team WE, they've turned it up. This Vampire is just kind of relegated to heal bot here. You know, he's healing him, he's throwing some ease on him, maybe a bubble or two. A tidal wave that went off to the side, but here's a calling. All right, we have a full-fledged fight here. This Vampire is going to get the Shen ultimate, but Knight is going to go in and take him down.
Through the stand united again, Knight now 3-0-1, really big in this game. as the burst damage tried to come. The one comment I will say is that going into the day, Vampire has been so good in the last few series. I think they have a stinker, and I wouldn't blame them for it. So I got to pass up on that one.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't good, but I mean, that doesn't erase what he's done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of erasing, Knight is just erasing multiple members off the map. He's going to go all the way in. He could find himself in a little bit of trouble here, but he took literally no damage from this Annie. So, I mean, that's just the power of these Merc man. As BLG, all of a sudden, the cascade has come through. They're just getting pick after pick, fight after fight, taking objective after objective.
Also, the power of an Akali in a game where CC is conditional. As in games where Akali can't be CC'd, I mean, she can really take over. This is a very, very powerful champion if you're able to connect. Speaking of connecting, tidal wave.
All right, so I think what needs to happen.
Wait, he's taking this?
Oh, okay.
Good not.
Oh, Karis, flash for flash.
I mean, that's bold,
Knight
man.
will take him out. Yeah, that's messed up,
That
bro.
is-
I don't
that's
know if he
straight
was worth
mean.
the flash, Knight. I really don't think so.
He's.
They call him Himmy Turner.
Yeah. I mean, Himmy Turner doing backflips on the rift here. Monkey, he's built a hubris, which I feel like is appropriate playing Graves. If you want to play Graves, it definitely takes some hubris. Karis clearing out the ward was enough for Knight to land the E, and that was enough to one-shot the Annie. As the glass cannon Annie, well, the Shurikens are unfortunately breaking the glass house. Now Beishwang going to try and find Q, just force the flash out.
Okay, Cube stands up against the wall.
This play's going to continue. Now
Yeah,
Elk
he's
wants
just gonna die, man. This is just I don't really know. There's not too much more to say here. Aggro's gonna go over to Ben. And he's gonna just drop back.
last outer.
Yeah, this last one's going down, and this
3
was
grubs.
the
2.
continuation of game 1 that we expected to see.
But hey,
Is what we're
pity
seeing.
pity prizes.
Okay, not bad.
Pity prize secured. No, it's bad when we're celebrating pity prizes. Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it is rough sledding here for Team WE as the push continues on the bottom side. Vin and Elk and the Maiden. We're going to continue to knock down these turrets.
Can we
Knight's
do this,
going to go
Knight?
in a 1v2. It ends up being a 1v3, and he immediately gets blown up. And it's a big shutdown going over to Monkey. He's got those stacks on his new phone, Hubris.
Yeah, maybe thought he was going to be able to get out of that one, but Nami tidal wave created the chain CC enough to take down Knight. Well played by Vampire. As
Servers are like, man, why'd he do that?
well, at least
He
Knight
was so
smiled a
sharp.
little bit in the player cam as they were zooming in on his dead body. So it was taking
Now he's
a
got
while.
no stacks on his Medjais. What a silly goose.
That's true. That actually hurts a little bit.
That's silly Billy gaming right there.
Speaking
Speaking
of
the whole
hurt.
lands. Monkey is just so low, man.
Monkey?
Be able to turn
Oh.
this around. Now Elk is gonna flash on him and kill him.
That was actually kind of close. I thought Monkey
It
almost
was.
had that. Not the case though. Looks like Monkey
A lot of things, Cubby. Let's find out. As
by mid-inner.
BLG is on their way. They're gonna take the turret. Elk is going to chill out, as you said. Take mid-inner here. As Team WWE, they are S5. BLG get a little too saucy here. They could find themselves in a little bit of trouble. Knight really wants to go in on that. You can tell, but he will think better of it.
He wanted to go in so bad he had to on-throw at a scouting final spark, you know? That said, not just to scout, also to delay some of these resets, because of course Elk's gotten free time in the mid lane to take the inner for himself, working on the inhibitor turret, as now Cube. He tried to TP out, looks like the wall from Bin stopped him, as that bump was enough to get Cube out of there.
You know, that's not the
And-
first time that Pin has done that on this champion. It's such a nice tech.
It is, you know, as an old Onivia enjoyer myself, outdated champion, but of course the power of the wall. Used a lot of strength there. Well played by Ben, who has really taken the Yorick that has been bumped up, seen some changes. He's taken it with in stride.
Beishwan's going all the way in, but remember, Beishwan isn't tanky, guys. He's got a Spear of Sojin, full culling, just going to land flush on the on here.
Take it, Knight. You know you want it. All right. Oh,
Oh
goodbye,
my.
Karis.
Oh! Did you see that?
What?
That was a lot of damage on that turret. I mean, I know why, but, you know, it was still a lot. He half-health that thing, man.
Yeah, I gotta say,
is going to punt. Hold on. He's
Yeah,
going to
oh,
punt
standing
David
Knight.
out. Beishuan's going to walk in. Knight trying to kill Monkey here. Perfect execution, but he did get taunted. The Dragon did go over to Team WE. Meanwhile, Beishuan
Oh.
Vampire ace in the hole. Vampire realized that he was very, very dead.
Yanni, do you think that BLG is taking this game 110% seriously?
I
Your answer
don't
should've been
know.
Oh, okay. It was sarcastic. Well played. I don't think so either. This
Oh, yeah,
poppy
no.
build is something else.
Yeah, this Poppy build is horrific, bro.
As much of a Spirit Shojin enjoyer as I am, shout out to Renekton, who
Straight
I think
to
in
jail.
some matchups you can go Spirit first item as Renekton. You can. Also, Ambassador drop
Okay.
a that sometimes. Also,
Hang on. They find Bin on the side lane. Bin dying
That's
on
a
the side
gift.
lane for 0.
That was a gift.
Hope wants to take this inhib, but could find himself in a little bit of trouble. The minions are not going to be able to finish off. This inhib does still stand. As BLG a little too sloppy here for my All right.
We're gonna hit Baron, and we're gonna find out what happens.
Why not?
Bin
Why
has
not?
TP. He's up in 15.
Oh, calling lands flush on On. He's forced all the way out. There's a couple of spells. Beishuan hanging around. Out this here. Knight coming
Knight
from the
scouted.
side. Bin up in about 5 seconds. 4,000 HP on the Baron here. Knight trying to grab all the attention of Team WE while Monkey finishes the Baron on his own. It's stolen away by Beishuan. Double knockup is there too. Monkey will flash right into his death. They will finish off the Annie. Vampire is next on the backside. Cube dies too. And that should do it, Cubby. It is an ace for BLG. They got the Baron. They got pushing lanes. They got a game win already. And they should have a match win.
Monkey missed the smite, and BLG does not miss, as this game might have looked a little bit for fun. I'm going to say that it was, but hey, BLG, they can afford it. Knight, Knight, congrats on your double MVP, man. You were an absolute monster today, as Knight continues to be one of, if not the best players we have in the LPL, and BLG continues their undefeated streak with Beishuan in the roster.